Hi, in this video we're going to show you how to connect to your printer using an IP address, and this is commonly used like at the workplace if you have network printers, because that way everybody could connect to one or more printers over the network and print to them rather than having to use something like a direct connection or a USB cable and that kind of thing. So normally with Windows nowadays it likes to use a WSD port, which is Web Services for Devices. And this is kind of like Microsoft's plug and play, try and make everything easier for us, kind of a printer configuration. But of course, it seems like whenever they try and make something easy for normal people, it makes it more complicated for the tech people. So I have this brother printer, which is wireless, and it tends to go offline a lot, even though the printer's on. And so sometimes when you have a situation like this, if you give it a static IP address, or I should say connect to it via its IP address, you'll have better luck with it connecting. So the first thing you need to do is find the IP address of your printer, and you could usually do that by going to the network settings on the printer or printing out a network configuration page and looking for the IP address. And then what you want to do is make sure you could actually ping that IP address so you know you have an actual connection to it. So to do that, you open a command prompt, and I know the IP address of this, so I'm going to type in ping with the IP address, and you can see that I'm getting replies, so I know that I am actually connected to that printer, even though it says offline and the printer is actually on. So that is my problem. So now, to get to the area where you set the IP address for the printer, you want to right click on it, go to Printer Properties, and I don't know why I have this 3 times, don't ask me, but it's just something weird about this printer. And then you want to go to the Ports tab, and you can see it's set for a WSD port right now. So I'm going to click on Add a Port, and I'm going to pick Standard TCP/IP port, and then click on New Port, and then Next. And here's I want to type in the same IP address that I was pinging here. Click on Next, and it'll automatically do its thing. And you may or may not have a driver for the printer. If it's an existing printer, you'll already have the driver installed, but if it's a new printer, you might have to install a driver for it. In this case, I shouldn't. So it says it's done. I'm going to click on Finish. I'm going to close this, and now you can see I am using this new TCP/IP port. Click on Apply, and now you can see my printer came online there. And so now I should be able to print to it without any problems, and hopefully it'll stay online that way. So once again, just find the IP address of the printer, right click on it, Printer Properties, add a port, TCP/IP port, put an IP address, and that should be all you need to do. So this is an older school technology, I guess you could say, but it still comes in very handy today to help you out with a direct connection to your printer. So hopefully it'll help you out if you have any printer problems like I did, especially with wireless printers, I should say. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe.